One thing I love is you see that racing Evo there when you first start the bike every single time. But in order to get that deliciousness, you have to have the full race exhaust with the up map. But that's such a cool thing to see every time. All right, guys, many of my boys in here in America and overseas in Europe and Australia are patiently waiting for their Monster 937s. So I'm trying to roll out content to get people ready for when their Monster arrives and give them some entertainment to hold them over until that glorious day. So this is a review of the 2021 Monster 937 TFT color display. This is a 4.3-inch high-resolution TFT color display. This is a Bosch instrument panel providing all the information needed for safe riding and allows you to easily customize motorcycle settings and parameters. Ducati says this comes with a super easy to use HMI or human machine interface, and it adopts the graphics of the Panigale V4, which are sporty and easy on the eye, and I can concur. It looks sporty and beautiful. So let's go through some of these settings. I'm not going to go through everything in detail. I am going to make a separate video for the ride modes, for example. So I'm just going to give a top line so you can see the options that are going to be available to you. All of these options here are controlled by these two switches, the up and down, and then the selector switch. So as you can see here, this is a beautiful crisp display. This is a nighttime mode, but I'll show you what daytime mode looks like as well. You got your fuel consumption up there in the top left. You have your settings menu there right under that, which we're going to be talking about. It tells me that my side stand is down right there next to the 0 miles per hour. On the right of the 0 miles per hour, you have that red sport that shows you what mode I'm in. You got your tachometer on the right hand side there, your time. And then on the bottom right there, it tells you all the information you need to know. If your Ducati quick shift is on, which mine is, the level of DTC you're using, so the traction control, I'm using level 3, the level of ABS, and then what level of Ducati wheelie control you're using. Let's take a look at the menu. So here you can select your riding mode. Let's take a look at what's going on in here. We have our sport, touring, urban, and you can set it back to the defaults if you want to. Let's go ahead and look inside the sport here because there are various settings for each riding mode. I love that little graphic there, and it highlights in red what we're doing. So first of all, let's take a look at the options here. You have the ability to set what happens with the engine, the traction control, ABS, the wheelie control. As you can see there, those graphics change with each one. So ABS highlights the wheels. I love these little high-tech features. Really cool. The wheelie control, your quick shifter, and then again setting everything back to defaults. And then within these, of course, there are further submenus. So let's take a look at the engine. So I have my motorcycle set to high, which is full power and dynamic, which means it's more responsive. But if you want, you can drop that down to medium, which still gives you full power, but it gives you a little bit more of a smoothed responsiveness. And then you can go with low, which reduces the power and gives you a more smooth riding experience. We'll go back. Now we'll take a look at the traction control options here. You can set those to sport, road, or wet. Let's go ahead and just start off at the top here. So I'm going to go down to level 1, and that is full sport. It's calibrated for full performance. This is for expert level riders only. And as I progress through the menu here, you'll see that that changes. So this is level 2 is more in the middle of the performance and the safe/stable area of the sport mode. Going up to level 3, you have your sport characteristics, but it is a safe and stable experience. And again, I'm going to do a separate full review diving into what each of these do. And then you have your road mode, which is still for performance. Then you have your road, which is the middle of the road, no pun intended. Level 6 gives you that road experience with safe and stable. Then you have your various wet settings as well if you're going to be riding in rain. Taking a look at ABS. So you have your various settings in here between performance and safety. I'm going to go ahead and just keep mine on the middle of the road there between performance and safety in terms of my braking. As you know, this motorcycle has that dynamic ABS that works depending on the lean angle of the bike. You can actually come to a full stop within reason if you respect physics with the bike angled. So I'm going to go ahead and put that at 2. Let's take a look at the wheelie control. So this is set to performance. Mine is on level 1. The next setting would be to turn it off so the motorcycle doesn't intervene when the wheel comes up. And basically, as you progress through these from number 1 all the way up to number 4, that adjusts the speed at which your wheel comes off the ground. So if you really want to do You know, I like to keep the front tire a little bit light. I plan on doing some wheelies just for fun, you know, when I'm in a safe area. So I'm leaving mine to 1. I don't want it completely off because I don't want to loop the bike. But level 1 will allow you to do a wheelie while keeping the lift speed manageable. Now this just tells you if your Ducati quick shift is on or off, and you can keep it on or off. I keep mine on because it's an awesome feature. I do love that. We're gonna go ahead and go back, and then you can go in and change the various settings. For touring, same situation, engine, DTC, ABS, DWC, etc. And then finally, urban has the same situation. So you not only have the bike modes, but you can highly customize those based on your needs. Okay, so the fuel indicator, if you want to see the level or if you want to see the range, so that just basically tells you the miles or kilometers you have left before you run out of gas. I'm keeping mine on level just because I like to see that graphic readout. When you do go into the reserve, this will automatically be switched to range, so it tells you the remaining miles before you have to get to a gas station before you run out of gas. The next setting here is your daylight running lights, and I have mine set to auto, and you can also set that to manual as well, which means you could just basically switch it on with your thumb. There's a button for that. One thing I love about this motorcycle is the beauty of those daylight running lights. Okay, so let's change the backlight and see what that looks like. Right now, again, it's set to night, but you can set that up to night or day or auto. Let's go ahead and take a look at day, which is super bright, as you can see. I'm gonna go ahead and keep mine on auto, and I'm in a dark garage, so that's gonna switch it back to black. Now the purpose of this pin code is to temporarily restore motorcycle operation in case of some sort of a malfunction. So unlike my Diablo 1260S, you can't use this to start the bike without the key. You need the key to start it. This just allows you to have access to start the motorcycle again in the event of some engine malfunction or something like that. Okay, then of course this is pretty self-explanatory, your date and time. You can check your service here. So I have about 550 miles before my first service. Desmo service, 18,550 miles. Of course, I'm gonna probably do that way before then. So your lap function can save your lap data for up to 30 laps, and that includes your time, the maximum speed you reached, the maximum RPM, your maximum leaning angle that you achieved, as well as your maximum yaw angle. So pretty awesome feature there. Tire calibration is a really cool feature here. Basically, if you change the size of your tires, you can teach the motorcycle to recalibrate for those tires. So basically you go out, you activate this, and it tells you to maintain a certain speed, which is between 30 and 32 miles per hour in second gear. And after holding that speed and gear for 5 seconds, your new tires are calibrated. Pretty awesome. Okay, next are your turn indicators. I like this feature as well because on a bike, your turn indicators can be very dangerous if you accidentally leave them on. It can result in a situation where you're dead. So I like that they have auto turn off indicators, and you can go in and change the settings here to manually turn it off or to keep on auto. I keep that on auto, again, just for the convenience and also the safety, but you should really be in a habit, which I learned a long time ago, which is just every, I don't know, few seconds or so, just put your finger over that cancel button and press cancel. You don't even have to look down to see if your indicators are on. Just hit that button every once in a while, just to make sure they're off, because if they're accidentally on, someone might pull out right in front of you and then you're dead. This is another safety feature I like. Your indicators will also turn off automatically if they've remained on for 656 to 6,562 feet, depending on the vehicle's speed when the turn indicator button was pressed. So I like that it has sort of a safety catch there, but still I recommend putting your finger on that safety switch and, just hitting it once in a while. It's a good habit to be in. Okay, so next up you can change your measurement units if you're from another country, or if you just want to change from miles per hour to kilometers per hour, or Celsius to Fahrenheit, or change your fuel consumption, miles per gallon US, for example. You can do that with a push of a button. Okay, and then this info button here tells you the status of your battery. Now, if you notice down there, there's a little arrow and the word total followed by 93 miles. If you hold down the arrow switch, you can activate that just for a couple seconds there, and then you can change the different settings so you can see your total miles on the bike. Mine are 93. Tell you the range since the last time you reset it, 48 miles. Tells you your trip 1. Tells you your fuel consumption. Hey, 36 miles per gallon US is pretty awesome the way that I ride. Your average speed, 24 miles per hour. As you can see that I am a law-abiding citizen. My guess is that's gonna be going up as soon as I get more riding time. Your trip time, your second trip information, fuel consumption based on that kind of trip, etc. So what I recommend doing, and what was recommended to me, is holding that arrow back up and keeping that activation on the setting menu so you can more quickly change your settings. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna show you is if you wanna change your riding mode quickly without having to go through the settings, you just hold down the selector switch for about a second and a half or so. And then it brings you into this interface here where you can more quickly select which mode you want to have, and it gives you a readout of the current settings that you have in terms of DTC, ABS, etc. Note the change in color from sport red to white touring to a little bit of a gray urban. Let's go ahead and take a look at what touring looks like. You just select that. You see a little blinking light there that tells you that you have changed to touring, and the graphics are now white. So we'll go ahead and hold that selector again. We'll go down to urban, select it, and it changes to urban, and you have that little line in the word urban, which is in a lighter gray. So neat little graphics options there. So as you can see, as you change through these, it gives you the default settings in terms of DTC, ABS, etc. But within each of these, of course, you can change those to meet your needs. All right, and now we're in sport. So also this will show you warning indicators, such as when it could be icy. It'll show you an ice graphic, which appears when it's 39 degrees or lower. And then that graphic will go away after the temperature goes up to 43 degrees. It'll also give you a large icon if you have a low battery or low fuel, or if you have ABS set to the lowest level, which is just on the front brake. It'll show you error warnings, such as if you have a traction control malfunction, or ABS errors, etc. So altogether, I'm really impressed by this screen. I think it's beautiful. I think Ducati has come a long way with their technology, especially at this price point. This bike at this lower price point, having this technology built in, I think that's a pretty great decision by Ducati, and it's much appreciated. Please drop a comment below. Let me know if you liked the video or if you have any questions about the TFT display. If you're new here, please consider subscribing for more Mustangs, motorcycles, and man tech videos. All right, guys, always remember the motto, always be kinder than necessary, and I will see you in the next one.